grab a microphone and get comfortable. You know what it's about to be, y'all. Come on. You know what it always is, huh? It's about to go down. Oh, yeah. Good morning, good evening, and welcome to the online open mic presented by, the online open mic presented by the legendary Nuyorican Poets Café. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday, y'all. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Man, did I miss y'all. Woo! But you know what? Here we are yet again. Let's get to it. We do this, you know what it is, every week, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. If you're watching on one of those streams, and we truly appreciate you, and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Trust and believe it is a different world inside the Zoom. As always, we do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. So we would like to thank the Howard Gilman Foundation, the Poetry Foundation, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs and Education of America for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to nuyorican.org/contribute. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. Real. This is where you can find me, elemental.com. Spell elemental, take out the T, put in the number 2. It's going down. So many things have transpired. Listen, it's been incredible. Plug in. Tonight's theme, celebrating Black History Month. Prayers for our ancestors. On this leap year, right, we are going to celebrate all the things that some of our ancestors did not get a chance to, such as poetry, right? So how do we send prayers? In my opinion, how do I send prayers to the ancestors? Every time I open my mouth and scream my poetry, it's my ancestors' voice who's speaking through mine. So I appreciate all of y'all for coming through this evening. As always, your poems, your artwork, your comedy does not have to be on theme. You are still willing and ready to rock and share with us, so we are still willing and ready to hear what you have brought this evening. All styles and forms are welcome. Next week's theme, amplifier. All the way up. For those musicians in the building, you know what it is, right? When you crank that thing, it starts to shatter windows, right? But as people who use our voices as instruments, how do we go all the way up, right? What is our amplifier? Can paper be amplifiers? So I'm looking forward to that. And then the week after that, we're going to be right back into the same. It's going to be Write Your Story, right? The Life of Pi. No, right? It's just a continuation, right? Because Pi goes on, I don't know, right? I don't know if I think they're still calculating Pi. So that's what we're looking at also coming up soon. So make sure you plug in. All right. So let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your performance. All right. Also, make sure you're changing your name in Zoom to coincide with how you want people to connect with you. Also, before or after you get down, post your information in the chat so the folks can connect with you, right? This is all about community. We are trying to make sure we continue to build and reinforce our community. So make sure you become a part of it. Artists, have your art ready, all right? If you're using analog, hey, totally cool. Make sure you got it all opened up and ready to rock. If you're using digital, pull it up, have it ready to rock. If you're playing music, which is totally cool, loving it, right? We got a few, right? Our resident musicians are in the building this evening. Make sure you have on your original sound, all right? There is I believe it's on this side, right? There is a setting on this side. You click on that for its original sound for musicians. Make sure you have that on so we can hear all of your magnificent musicianship and your voice as well. All right. And make sure it's original music. We don't want the agents of the interweb interfering with our stream in any way. So make sure it's original music. You got it on your original sound, and we are cooking with Crisco. You got 3 minutes to rock. All right. Be mindful of the folks who want to get down later on the list. Right, we got 20 people on the guaranteed list, plus the good luck round is open. If you want to get down and you're not on the guaranteed list, plug in, all right, because there definitely will be spots. We have reached night 9:30 for the babies, folks, and I promise you, there are explicit lyricists in our community, right? They may bring about some triggering flashbacks. However, the founders of our cafe we're major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. There is no censorship, all right? Poetry is a living, breathing trigger warning, all right? Thou hast been warned, I promise you. Thou hast been warned. This is a true call and response space, right? Once these artists get up here and they share a true essence of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy, all that exuberance with the performers. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. This is going to be the rowdiest night of the week anyway. So make sure you're sharing that energy. Every ounce of energy you share will come back to you in their performances. I promise you. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, all right? To get on the guaranteed list, you need to go to Nuyorican.org 24 hours before the show. You click on full events calendar. You click on a Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way that you can get on the guaranteed list, right? And they won't even populate until 24 hours before the show, all right? So make sure you're plugging in. Also, if you're in the tri-state area, the Nuyorican Bowery Slam is going down every Monday night. So make sure you are plugging in. It has been bananas. All right. and at the Lower East Side Center, right? Hosted by Supreme. That's going down all the time. And the teen open mic is a continuous thing. All right. We just passed one, right? But there's another one coming, right? So make sure you plug in, right? Or plug some folks in who you think could benefit from something like this. All right. And we now have Final Fridays hosted by Tony McPherson. Listen, if you don't know Tony McPherson, man, make sure you do yourself a favor and plug in, because that cat's all kind of incredible. He's going to be the host of Final Fridays, and it is going to be a big deal. So make sure you are plugging in for real. All right, tonight's list. Look at these amazing poets who have come to get down and share their artistry with us this evening. Oh my goodness, let's get to it. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good people? It's been too long since I've seen y'all. Shout out Paul Con Queso, Storm Gods in the building for holding it down for me. I truly appreciate that, man. All of the community members are here. It is great to see everyone. Oh my goodness. I look forward to this every single week. So let's get it started. Coming up first, the Jedi Master is going to set us off this evening, and it's always great to share the energy with the one and only Paul Skiff, because I guarantee you he is going to do something to your brain that's never been done before. Please, sir, it is always great to see you. Let these folks know where they can find you. Set us off this evening. Take it away.
Oh, welcome back, Elemental. Could I ask you, is it possible for me to share a screen to play a video clip?
Of course, sir. Let's get that jumped off.
Sorry to throw you a curveball.
No worries. I mean, listen, this is what we're here for, right? We adjust to the curve. It's about timing, right? Let's see. You should be good to go, sir. Let's see.
Okay. Just want to say welcome back.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Truly. I miss y'all every single day. Listen, every single moment that I'm away from y'all, I miss it. Truly.
Yeah, it was great to have Paul here too. But this is your home.
Hey, listen. I truly feel that this is home. This energy continues to make me as strong as I am. So thank you for all of you for rocking with Fuego, for rocking with each other, for keeping us going as much as you have. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. And I guess
Good to go, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to get going here as quickly. Also just wanted to remark, it's another month till the fourth year anniversary of this. So everybody who keeps coming here, you should get an ovation for keeping this alive. See if I can get this video up and running. Just a moment. So this is a video from 2014. It does go a little over. It's probably around 4.5, 5 minutes, but you can always just mute me. And hopefully you're going to see.
GWB relayed from the cockpit above the Hudson towards the early morning eruption of cable TV stock quotes spewed through the mucus of my sinuses to option extra shares of big oil slathered on the anchovy pizza whose delivery is phoned into my jugular vein with directions to an office sex party where the taxi dispatcher speaking Urdu in my gallbladder will route an entire radio group to shelter from a freak heat wave screamed into my thyroid by weather radar that nukes the gland to deform the progress of a sex crime whose scene details crackle through air under my armpit as they are transmitted to the 6th precinct with description of the assailant scars that resemble ones on my lungs left by walking pneumonia, which have a connecting flight with an undropped nose wheel talked down on them by air traffic control, whose last second instruction is squelched out by a crash cart ordered to ER for an on-the-way pill barfing psychotic in an ambulance that slides its high frequency through the liquid under my kneecap, which twitches to the bark of the conductor on the J train at Lorimer Street was nasty bitching over the intercom to get out of the doors. Is delayed under my spine, stranding anonymous static on my brain band that has caused a seizure of my private thought drop through coded satellite photos of ethnic atrocities that are bulldozed up my ears, so the only sound I can now sense batted between my pelvis is the mayor on his cellular phone giving secret instructions to forklift 1 ton of tax dollars into his own private account, whose receivables download into my epicalized simultaneous with the 9/11 dispatcher coaching a 6-year-old girl who has swallowed Barbie's head as she whimpers on the unsympathetic floor of my pancreas, whose excess acid corrodes email from a situation room at the Pentagon, keeping to my left kidney, giving recipes for release of biological weapons which spread rot through the infotaining advertorial that evaporates your 3-dimensional life to a digital orgasm loop on a jumbo screen of endlessly award-winning high-profile career advancement whose thrillometer gauged to the ceramic fact of reality decorates your interior with hyper-exaggerated emotions of testimonial endorsements, shipping the individual heroic greatness of conformist ideas into my brain. Fairy tale photo flash of sacred cartoon love that squawks the starvation of reality in a multi-dimensionally advertised category of emptiness to link up the entrail incarcerating transmission from hysteric commands that corporate trans-global technology shackles our insides with and make the body into a self-contained concentration camp for its own organs, as we are all our own electronic prison camps plugged into one another by being obliviously soaked in each other's experiences, overcomplicated techno-cannibalized horizontal electrostatic souls injected into heaven, the magnetic blur stamped from an endless wire of soundless reception in the future humanless present of third-hand feelings where the only materially pursuable developmental option left to your corpse is to just swell up with fire. Don't break on, have a private thought, hey, you will blow a fuse and become alive. How shocking.
I have to agree. That was pretty hot and shocking. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul Skill.
Never disappoints, man.
Right,
That was
Paul.
dynamite.
You went off, and we be on. Thank you, bro.
You know, it's something about when a poet steps up and sets it off by setting it on fire. That's how you do it. Thank you, Jedi Master, for being such a mainstay, such a pillar of what we do. You mentioned the incarceration transmissions. That Again, y'all hearing it, Rev, right? This is why I love artists. This is why I love writers. This is why I love creatives, because we put things together like this, right? He said, we are our own electronic prison. Horizontal, electrostatic, like, he reminds me of the people in the past who were trying to be futuristic, who live in the now, who know what futuristic sounds like, and reminds you of both. That dude's incredible. Make sure you are plugging in with the Jedi Master for real. He's incredible every single time. Thank you, Jedi Master, for setting us off. Coming up next, from one swordsman to a fencer, this incredible artist, author of some of the, listen, do yourself a favor, plug in with this incredible educator. Shout out the educators in the building. Shout out all of the artists and the poets and the writers in the building. The one and only Mathematics in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Math. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
I miss you, my peeps. I'm glad that I get a chance to be in the same vibe with Paul Skiff, breaking the thunder on me. Here we go. I got two pieces. A Child of Dreams, after June Jordan. I was born a promise, composed of dreams dreamt by generations of ancestors, spread far and wide from the strands of DNA. Dreams streaming like many rivers, filling oceans, building waves, landing on all shores. Dreams blowing like many winds over land and sea, the eyes of countless hurricanes named after a multitude of grandmothers. I am the story. That story was told by the griots of a hive of villages. That story became a myth. That story remembered a new detail, adding yeast to the rising bread. That story fed the hopes of unfulfilled imaginations. I am the poem, scrolled by the poets writing in longhand, stories lost to the ethers, found in the many voices recorded in the memories of the ones that have become dust, a pile of ashes, dashed asunder by steps taken over hallowed grounds. I am the lost dream dreamt, you can barely remember, details fading in the fog you wake up to, symbols you remember while people and places disappear in the trying to remember. I am the memory of dreams flowing like a mudslide, a mishmash of flotsam and jetsam. I am the story where it's being told over and over and over again to children being put to sleep, not going to sleep. I am the poem worth being written, memorized, and spit into a microphone's ear, blurted out of speakers' mouths. I am the promise worth keeping. Next piece. Ashes rising. After the conflagration, memories of life, a long, slow roast of caged birds, an endless night of deferred dreams. Strange, low-hanging fruit, rotting on the vine, calling you to a picnic you weren't invited to. Ancestors keeping embers glowing, remembered dreams flowing, not deja vu, vision focused on the always now. Shedding darkness, not waiting for dawn, light filling the night, resisting death wishes, waiting in the shadows. Firebirds fly higher without singed wings. Your dream of a place to come true in. Peace.
Damn. Yeah, he thought it was gonna go that way, and he flipped it that way. Come on, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for mathematics.
Good stuff, Norm. Good to hear you again, brother.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Writing is beautiful.
I love that first line. I love that first line. I was born to promise. I love it.
Mm.
Ooh, listen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When your community starts to speak to you, it lets you know that what you felt when you were writing it was real, because it doesn't just come out of you, it's felt, right? And I believe that's part of the reason why we write, is to make sure it is felt. Appreciate you, Math. This cat is 100% incredible. He does so many amazing things. He was a part of a live play. Listen, if you don't know Math, Four Crescents was Math's latest book. Black Calculus. Make sure you plug in with mathematics. For real, one of the dopest poets around. Sent from the strands of DNA, right? We're building waves. Boom. Look, Prop. What's good, Prop? Named after a multitude of grandmothers, right? The Eye of Hurricanes, named after a multitude of grandmothers, right? I am the lost dream dreamt. What? What? I am the lost dream dreamt? I am the poem worth being written. I am a promise worth keeping. Come on now. Appreciate you, man. Please continue to do what you do. For real, we always look forward to it. All right. Coming up next. Listen, I can see that Baba is gotten in his groove. And I am so here for it. What you're about to witness is a journey into sound. I know that sounds so damn cliche. I know it does, right? But it's a sound you've never heard, but sounds so familiar. The one and only Baba Ngoma is about to take you on an experience. Please, take it away.
What's up, y'all? Good to see everybody. I got two pieces. Let me get busy. A poem for my Egun. In the Yoruba culture, an Egun is an ancestor. We don't just call them ancestors because they are past, but because of what they have done was significant while they were here on the planet. This is a poem for my Egun. For Pauline and James, Carrie and Linwood, Celestine and Herman, for nameless Agoon lost in the middle passage, strange fruit from Dixie's trees, memory whiplash in the name of Jesus, you will never be forgotten, pickers of tobacco and cotton, ditch diggers, gardeners, field hands and bricklayers, carpenters and chambermaids, waiters and chambermaids, hospital orderlies and workers with no unions, victims of 21st century slavery, for the homeless, the hungry, and the dispossessed, begging on subways, sleeping on sidewalks, chained and locked up, for new African freedom fighters, locked down behind the wall, never to see the light of day, for the down-pressed with no redress, for the jelly and the griot, for the invisible ones, for the sons and daughters of Africa, Haiti, Cuba, Brazil, Puerto Rico, and every port the slave ships landed. Fear not, I chant this incantation for you. O Eshu, O Batala, Oshun, Ifa, Shango, Ogun, Oya, Yemoya. Please carry these prayers to Olodumare. We bring snail and she-goat, pigeons, rooster, guinea fowl and yam, palm oil, sugarcane, lamb and rum, never forgetting where we come from. We bring catfish, honey and salt, bitter cola, shea butter and gin. We fling pennies into the wind. We pray this oppression will end. We come from take a stand and free the land, united and without fear. We come to take back what is ours. We come for the future. We won't forget the past. There's a trail of bones in the Atlantic deep. We come demanding retribution, for Ifa never sleeps. Ifa never sleeps. Never sleeps. Never sleeps. Come for me in the morning, they'll come for you at noon. Listen to what I'm saying, they may be coming soon. There are many pages missing from the books of history. Blood is the price of freedom, and it's no mystery why our prophets disappeared. Why was our black prince shot down in his prime? What about the dream of freedom that he left behind? Will we learn the lessons Malcolm taught? Will we join the battle, yes, that he so bravely fought? Malcolm lives in the people's struggle, his spirit is alive. Malcolm lives in the people's struggle, he will never die. If they come for me in the morning, they'll come for you at noon. Listen to what I'm saying now, it may be coming soon. There are many pages missing from the books of history. Blood is the price of freedom, yeah, and it's no mystery why our prophets disappeared. Why was our black prince shot down in his prime? What about the dream of freedom, well, that he left behind? Will you learn the lessons Malcolm taught? Will you join the battle, well, that he so bravely fought? Malcolm lives in the people's struggle, the spirit is alive. Malcolm lives in the people's struggle, he will never die.
As long as you keep doing it like that, nah, I don't think so. Unmute yourself, give it up for Ngoma.
That's some ancestor wisdom shit right there.
It's so good.
They make your poetry go through all of those layers musically. And
Best be listening.
it's amazing.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Hey, is the apartment next door vacant? Because I want to move in there so I can keep experiencing that.
I'm talking about that, right? I want the front row seat, right? That was a good one. That was a good one. You know, that's why I tried to warn y'all before he started, right? You're about to witness an experience in the sound. So that one, I think, listen, I think we can keep track now, right? That's probably 16 different instruments we've heard. But every time it's about 3 or 4 per, and then it's like 3 or 4 per piece. And the two, like, yeah, clowning. Said they're not called ancestors just because they're gone. It's because of what they've done significant on the planet. Right? And yes, they may be gone, but they will never be forgotten, right? We come for the future, never forgetting the past. And then Malcolm lives in the people struggle. Like, listen, as long as I have breath in my body, that struggle will continue. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so much for sharing your experiences, sharing your energy, and all the strength that you carry. Appreciate you, truly. All right. Coming up next, listen, this incredible artist coming up, listen, started out blowing my mind with how he did his thing. Also now runs his own open mic. Also now runs his own publishing. Listen, this cat is 100% incredible pretty much from every angle that I've seen him from. The one and only Dane in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online and how they can connect with your incredible open mic. Great to see you as always, sir. Please take it away.
Yeah, let me do this. I put a couple of things in the chat. I'm going to be quick about this because I want to give my time to somebody else tonight. And then I want to just say next week, Mercedes and I will come back and we'll put our 3 minutes together so that we can read out of Morning Tonka in a collab together. And then I also want to say Dee Allen's book is out, Crimson Stain. It's available at bookshop.org. I hope you people will, give it a look. And so thanks very much for the time.
You see how this works, right? Now, what we call, great Scott, we have a pleasant gesture. This incredible poet is passing his time to someone else, but we're still going to show him love. Unmute yourself, give it up for Dane.
Dane.
Woo, Dane. Dane, great way to support community, man. I love that gesture. Keep up the good work.
Great Dane, we have, wait, no.
We'll get there. We'll work on that one. I like that though. That's a pretty dope setup. Listen, as I mentioned, Dane is a mainstay of our community and has evolved into something more than just an artist with a piece of work, right? He is now making pathways, opening doors for our community members, right? Yes. Listen, I got a chance to review Dee Allen's latest book, and I'm telling you, that cat is coming for it, right? I love Dee Allen's work, right? He's always so honest, so clear. So make sure you are plugging in. Also, with the poets of the evening, as I've said, 4 crescents by the one and only Mathematics. Make sure you are plugging in. I'm telling you, it is 100% incredible. Also, Baba Ngoma didn't come here to tap dance. Make sure you are plugging in. I'm telling you, the poets are in the building this evening. The writers are here, y'all. I'm telling you. Let's keep it going. I'm telling you, because you are in for a treat the entire night. Appreciate you, Dane. Coming up next, and listen, the storytellers are in the building. Listen, and I was just talking about it, right? Coming up next, here comes another one. This guy, I don't know how he does it, but this next poet, who I like to call the Vincent Price of poetry, continues to come through with amazing work after amazing work. The one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Thank you so much, Ike. I appreciate you so much. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. I'm not sure why I even wrote this. Title, Dead Men Dying Every Day, and so I die right next to you. When bold sound breaks airborne, transformation occurs using the speed of time. Toddlers turn into common adulterers, and nature could not tell them apart. All is turning into boldness, blessed with silver wisdom, but no decision yet made. Something happens as only Dada can comprehend. Or is it whole skiff? And then my common dying lost its meaningfulness so easily. However, somebody stuck a sharp knife into my perpetual virgin dreams. And I, from then on, always die on the way, drinking your promising smile. All these moments I saw electric light flicker, blitzen bright, and I died the moment I was born. I died in a war I did not start, did not understand. War is good for what? I asked. Silence. I died defeated in a bunker and watched these massive tanks thundering by, flattening all. I died when I dropped my memory and a headless moment pinned my hair into the icy street. I died when Earth was sentenced to life without parole. I died when I begged for food and there was none. I died when propaganda fed me with poisoned raisins and exploding pens. I died when almonds were for good kids only, and I did not know what a good kid was. I died when frozen butter dug a hole through my sacred piece of bread. A soldier threw away. I died when I tasted peanut butter for the first time and only last time. And I died when I saw how many men were mutilated or did not come home at all. I died when the Holocaust had killed my neighbors in my name. Too young to know. I died and lost God. The same day I heard he existed. But who was God anyway? I died on TB in a black box, but the door opened and there was light again. I died in a barrack, only to stay alive in a palace built in Baroque. I died on the Autobahn, but luck saved me every mile. I died in many accidents, no doctors inside. I died, yes, I did, but always I got away. Ich sterbe, ich starb, weil du mich vergessen hast. I died in a machine that cut steel and some parts inside me. I died in a car rolling downhill into a sleeping bed, flowers drowned in my blood instead. I died with memories in my heart, beatings per seconds, cannot remember a cupid's dart. I died when I found you in a bar. The drink I drank was deadly, but wunderbar. I died touching the innocence of your liquid beauty. What a perfume you smelled alive. I died when the past took your life. The trip ended in suicide. I died when the power of ignorance told me what to do, what not to do, and all of this for you. I died when I lost you in a brutal world with bitter words, numbness paralyzed my pride. I died when my boys pointed the finger, where have you been? We were waiting for you. I died when my daughter, dressed in tattoos, said, read my life. It's all over me. I died when I died again, and you told me that you loved me. Anyway, love changed its tune. I died when I succeeded in Japan, licking my ice cream, leaving for home, still insane. I died once again, and for no other reason, sleeping way up in a cancelled aeroplane. I died when I said, yes, I do, and was waiting to hear you echo, yes, I do again. I died when I turned into a dollar sign, into a company man, invented by Uncle Sam. I died when I ran out of miracles and believing in you. I died not only yesterday, but so I do every day. I died each time I go to the beach to see my ashes drowning, followed by the rhythm of morning, letters of my last speech. I died because I could not be nice to me anymore. Since I died in the past, so I am dead today. No progress to be found in the future, my friend. I died, and slowly all is dying around me, man or beast, mountain or tree, all that includes nature and part of you and me. My kisses, some of them remain, at least I saw the same. Yes, I died when I wrote this poem. I will send a copy to my son, and I die when you read these words and make you listen to me. I am a dead man, walking my words on a short leash, all that locked in a dusty box, way up on a shelf, right next to you. Now that my words turned ashes and my steps are hauled up by the rhythm of the tumbling dust, and I can tell you that I realized that I indulged in everything just for you, always tasting the smell of my forever red rose. Let the reminding thorns wake me with mortal delight. Brothers, sisters, let's applaud our so full of life, ever so gracious ghost. Let us celebrate Black History Month. Let's say 3 cheers for Elemen2al, our host. Thank you.
I told y'all. The storytellers were in the building, and they do not disappoint at all. Unmute yourself, get it up. Whoa!
That's beautiful, Mike, as always. As always. I love the repetition. It's beautiful.
This gentleman, listen, continues to tear up the pages. The only poet I've ever seen whose manuscripts are published this way. It's amazing. It's amazing. Like this dude, it's amazing what this dude is. I'm telling you. Ike Wald is the serious business. He said, I died in a war I did not start. When Earth was sentenced to life without parole. Come on. What? Said when my neighbors were killed in my name and I didn't even know it. Right? Died on TV in a black box. I died when I found you in a bar. Oh my goodness. I died when the power of ignorance told me what to do and what not to do. His daughter said, read my life. It's all over me. Gosh. What? Because I couldn't be nice to me anymore. Right? Jedi Master, right? I died when I became a dollar sign. What? I died when I wrote this poem. When I indulge in everything just for you. Telling you. Love, love, love. I know I'm a mushy mess, right? I'm a lover of artists because we do stuff like that. Appreciate you, Ike Waltz. Truly, truly, truly. Thank you for all you do. Coming up next, we are about to find our alignment because the one and only Joski C is about to put it on us, y'all. Listen, if you don't know about this cat, I promise you, you've been waiting for a while to hear this. Come on, Joski. It's always great to hear you. Please take it away. Shout out to Neen, too. Let's go.
Hey, Elemental. Got a poem and a song. This poem is new. Spoils of Barbarians. Vladimir Putin, Bibi Netanyahu, infamous yahoos out of control. They love to bomb things, apartment buildings, painting by numbers of dead, painting towns red. The blood on their canvas coagulates like the tangles and plaques of a dictator's thoughts. Evidence drips into craters, which become collecting pools. From the window of a bomber, they look like jewels, the spoils of barbarians. For Black History Month, I would like to honor Lelia Marie Harris, my mother-in-law. This is I need quiet. This is a song called I'm sorry, I got a little thrown up by, hold on 1 second, please. Can I have quiet, please? I'm so sorry. When I met Lelia, we sat on her red steps, singing songs to the night. I love her daughter. She made me welcome, watching the years roll by. She said in her dream she could fly in her chair, so she flew through the window, over the rooftops, over the streets of the town. She flew into the sky and up to the stars and didn't really want to come down. So I asked her that day, did she feel afraid? When she turned her face, so much grace, she lit up the whole place, lit up the whole place. She lit up the whole place with starlight.
I tried to tell you, right? And it just happens so magically. When that cat start doing what he does, it just floats you in the right frequencies. Unmute yourself, give it up for Joski C.
Yeah, Joski.
Woo, Joski, woohoo!
Yeah. That was hot, baby.
The beautiful as always. And by the way, I don't know if it was just me, but I didn't hear anyone else, you kept saying quiet, quiet, but a musician demands quiet though, I love that, so you were good.
Apologies for that.
Hey,
I would love to get Baba and Joski and myself together and play music sometime if that can ever happen. Universe, just throwing that out to the universe. Just throwing
no, we really need to make that happen, right? Because again, shout out Prop. We'll get to Prop. Listen, that cat's the only cat that I know that plays drums and rocks poems at the same time. I'm just saying, he rocked for Ozzy. I'm just saying. Anyway, listen, Joski, I love how locked in you are, sir. Your melodies, your flows, they, like I said, are healing. You balance our universes with your songs, sir. Really. In your poems, just they hit so hard. The loyalists of the barbarians, right? They're infamous yahoos out of control. I love that. Painting by numbers of dead, right? The spoils of barbarians. Man, listen. The spoils of barbarians. Ooh, they are plentiful at times, depending on your proximity to the border, it seems these days. So thank you, Joski, for really, really putting it on people's brains. And then balancing it with She Lit Up the Whole Place with Starlight. Man. That's the kind of love that you don't always find. Thank you, Joski. I appreciate you, man. Really, for bringing balance to our week, as always. Shout out a couple of people before we move on. Shout out Doug Silver, Professor Platinum in the building. Always appreciate you for coming through, man, sharing your energy. The one and only Finn Bell is here. Shout out to Daughter of Krypton for coming through. I see a Mary Hatcher in the building. Mercedes is in the building. Appreciate you for coming through. Debbie Siegel is here. Great to see all of you, right? Listen, and the folks that I didn't call out, because you're probably going to see them later. Sri Lal in the building, Diamante in the building, right? Listen, it's what we do, folks, right? You're rocking with the greatest community in the world. If you're unsure about that, here comes the next poet to remind you of such. So, I saw them come back in, but I think they might have jumped out. No, there they are. Okay. So, we're going back to the same solar system that we were in. If they are prepared, we are going to go back to that same solar system where we just got that Ngoma experience. And now we're going to land on a planet that rotates in that same hemisphere, if you will. The one and only Oshun Yoyen is about to delight us in in a way that only they can. So please, if you are ready to rock, we would love to hear all of your incredible artistry. Did I lose them? Okay, listen, we can always come back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, got you.
Okay. Oh, and my video wasn't on. I don't know how that happened. But before I start, just really quick, this is about ancestors, and I want to give a recognition by saying Ibashe Miguel Agarin. He is responsible for this space that we are in tonight. He opened the Nuyorican Cafe with a couple of others to give sanctuary to the voices in our community that don't often get heard. So I call on him and his power to continue this and make the Nuyorican even more successful and deeply community-oriented. Ibashe Miguel Agarin. Okay. My first poem I'm gonna try to do too. It's called We Call the Warriors. We conjured up some dead people in the purple of midnight last night. Not just any old dead folk, but the Asamanfo, the Egungun, the good ones, the ones that didn't just die, but lived a legacy. Everybody dies, but not everybody makes a difference. You know the Egun, the ones who stand with us and who we stand with when times are hot, hard, and steep. We call the warriors from Africa to America to the Caribbean, Thutmose III, Askia Toure, Shaka Zulu, Thomas Sankara, Queen Bazal Taruku, Queen Aminazal, the hidden queen Mamusa Batame Nyabingi, Nanny of the Maroons in Jamaica, Boukmandari, Makandal, Toussaint Louverture, Celestine, Harriet Tubman, Gabriel Prosser, Nat as in Turner, Fannie Lou Hamer, Martin as in King, Malcolm as in El Hajj Malik Shabazz. We laid out one old big feast to give them the strength and the inclination to talk, invoke their wisdom, ask for their guidance. Yeah, we call the warriors. We made Ebo Eje in the ancient tradition, just as our Asamanfo did. The blood of fresh killed lamb, goat, and chicken, African white yam and palm oil, groundnut stew and fufu with plenty pepper, beer, gin, and a machete. We told them we were under attack. Women, mothers, and grown men were being cut down like soldiers in the battlefield in an undeclared war. We told them that our children are being slaughtered like chickens and eaten by the witches disguised as other children, policemen, judges, and vigilantes. We poured libation and cried out for our ancestors' intervention. We threw the cola and they said, Ijife, yes, we have heard. Yes, we will help you. Yes, we will put a stop to the massacre. We sighed in hope. You have been warned. The warriors have been summoned. Okay, this next piece you can actually find in a book. It's called The Educator's Guide to Mokata. That's a museum of contemporary diaspora and African art. It's in Brooklyn, and it's called Eternally Among Us. No seance conducted, for the ancestors are eternally present among us as they have always been. From the waters of noon, as the followers of Heru, the scribes of time, cut from the stone of the pyramid, etched on the temple walls, from the mountains of the moon to Kemet to Timbuktu, their spirits still striding the path of the ancient empires of Ghana, Mali, and Songhai. Their echoes are eternally present in the souls that score, that score the middle passage, bodies discarded, souls intact. Their presence speaks to us from the African burial ground, protests to us from the decimation of Seneca Village, calls to us from the heritage of Wheatsville, responds from Brooklyn in encoded Adinkra symbols adorning fences and windows, symbolic power magically invoked by African blacksmiths and their messages. Sankofa, go back and get it. The Egungun are eternally present in the silent speech of the wind, standing guard at the door of our memory, whispering tales of family told and retold, dancing on the laughter, verses, and recitations of the poets and griots. The ancestors' wisdom murmurs in our soul as sage words ring in our ears, their will carried out by the river of blood that is sometimes rushing, sometimes babbling, sometimes burning, always singing in our veins. That torrent song is a chorus of countless primal voices that transcend the illusionary boundaries of time, blood, bone, and sinew. The ancestors are always there. Do you not hear the chorus, the melody already known to you? Do you not feel them in the steady beat of your heart and see them in the vision of your dreams? You must have. Your pen answered their call. Your brush paints their intention. Your camera lens captures their legacies. Your chisel carves their power. Your soul responded to their plea, your intuition to their message. Even now, your blood sings their song in every work of your art. The ancestors are eternally present among us. Ashe.
Okay, indeed. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Hoshu. Yo, yo.
I love the tribute to all those names. That was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was an amazing roll call of
Yes,
prophets
yes.
who've gone to sit with the Orisha.
They're the warriors that we always call on for help.
You know, I think I'm going to double down on what the Jedi Master said. Yeah, I would definitely move in next to these two. Like 100% of the time, always be trying to damn ear hustle. What's going on? Please, like just let me know when you hit the floor so I can just be ready to listen to whatever pops off. Like, you know what I mean? Like scrambling eggs just turned into a beat. Just like, oh yeah, I know. Like it just, you know, like I just love it. Thank you so much for calling the Warriors here. Said everybody dies, but not everybody makes a difference. Right? We call the Warriors. For me, anytime you mention Shaka Zulu, it turns into something else, right? May peace be upon the name of the minister, El Haj Malik El Shabazz, who most know as Malcolm X. You talk about pouring libations, right? You have been warned, right? The warriors have been summoned. I love the sound of that drum that you beat, that beat that you beat at that time when you said that, right? I think everyone felt that, right? You have been warned. The warriors have been summoned. In the second piece, you mentioned the Dinker symbols, Sankofa, right? Sage words ring in our ear, always singing in our veins, right? They transcend the illusionary values of blood and time. Your pen answered the call. Don't ask why it wakes you up at 2:36 in the morning to say you got to write the line. Don't worry about that. Your pen answered the call. You got to be there. That's your charge. Like, I'm sorry, but that's your charge. If it comes at 2:30, damn it, it comes at 2:30. Get your ass up and write it. Appreciate you, Oshun Yoyin, for all that you do. Thank you so very much. Couple more poets, and I'm going to pass it off to Ron. Listen, coming up next, I told y'all the storytellers were in the building. This next incredible poet, the most eloquent writer I know, all the way out in the UK. Let me tell you about how he is about to delight you. I'm telling you, like, I don't know, man. I think like all the pomegranates just line up just to hear him, just so they can drool all of their beauty. Like, cause this dude is just bad with it, for real, for real. The one and only Lantern Carrier in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Lantern. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you, my brother. So happy to see you back. Details in the chat. The dark clouds of the invaders penetrated the innocence of my ancestors, burning the fire of their greed into the desolate hearts of African souls too shackled to resist. Avarice and ego conjured deceits from callous men and women of distant lands, dining in caviar and opulence, playing gall from the spoils of chains and neck collars on Africans, on tobacco and cotton plantations too broken to resist. Black and white history are interwoven, like the butterfly and its cocoon, for out of the untold sufferings of my forefathers was born a resilient light which shaped my journey. Abolitionists risked their lives fighting for the just cause of emancipation, January 1st, 83. January 1st, 1863. The Maroons dug trenches and caves, fighting for the justice voice of Garvey, Rosa Parks, and Luther King Jr. to be heard. Mary C. Cole pioneered the birth of nursing, risking her life, a heart singing and dancing the song of selfless love to Europeans on the battlefield of Crimea, receptive to the sweet music of sacrifice in her soul. Biko and Ali showed indomitable will and dauntless courage, marching for liberty from the yoke of tyranny and oppression, witnessing the wheels of pain, poverty, and injustice still spinning in alleyways and ghettos. The celebratory achievements of Mandela, Jesse Owens, Harriet Tubman, and Barack Obama resonates in our hearts like drum-like beacons, soothing our souls with their ability to achieve impossible dreams. We applaud Sojourner Truth for women's right to vote, John Lewis, the powerful, versatile, and resourceful orator, Frederick Douglass and Moe for their work in achieving small freedoms, not meaningful enough, but still something to celebrate. Yet I can still hear the pangs of bigotry and inequality churning, spinning on the wheels of egos that segregate, on a gentrification that subtly separates us, making room for the elite who builds properties at unaffordable prices for the unwelcomed, so that we become segregated as a people. The magical rhythms of Duke Ellington and Louis Armstrong still echoes in hearts across many boundaries. The sweet voices of Nina Simone, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, and yes, Stevie Wonder resonates across the globe. Yet I can hear the wailing songs of the oppressed, echoing in ghettos and centuries of pain, trauma, singing the words of the great Negro spiritual, we shall overcome someday. Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away home, steal away to Jesus. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
You see what people do when they love what they do? Oh, they sing to you like that. Unmute yourself, give it up for Lantern Carrier.
The same.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
The same.
Good for my soul.
Oh man, your words are soothing.
Tempo is timing, right? The cadence that your natural rhythm, Lantern, it is just naturally soothing, right? If you ever have the nerve to read your poetry with the rain flowing, it'll be a problem. Everyone will be knocked out. Everyone. Like Professor X, you know what I mean, who needs his medication. Everybody's out. Anyway, listen, what you do, sir, as I said earlier, you're the most eloquent writer I know. And even when you're talking about gruesome devils, you still make it sound beautiful. Playing God from the shackles and restraints. Come on. Because they were receptive to the sweet music of sacrifice. Spinning on the wheels that segregate. You mentioned a lot of people I've been trying to educate my students on. Really powerful folks. Thank you for mentioning all of them. Truly, truly appreciate you. I know it's wicked late in the UK, but listen, Lantern's dedication shows in every single poem that he rips with us. Because like I said, it is crazy late, but the passion for what we do is always there. Appreciate you, Lantern. Thank you. All right. One more poet, and I'm going to turn it over to RMT. This next cat has always brought a rhyme for exactly where he is at to turn it into something that sounds like he did that. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. let these folks know where they can find you online. Eddie, always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Hello, brother Elemento. We're so happy you're back. Let's get this party black on track. Now it's time to fade it black. If you want to know more about me, please look in the chat so you know where it's at. My name is Ed Potato. It's been fantastic. Please give me time to join Ryan Fawful Sublime. I got one poem, so take too much time. It's on Black History theme, and this is called Pitch Black Unity. A mighty wise man once said he had a dream. Until legacy flows like a rushing stream. There's more power to take a large brick than to hold a gun. It shows more strength to be an iron wall than a mock sun. African American freedom fighters who are departed but not forgotten, the lively spirits leave our beating hearts less rotten. Their fearless sacrifice hasn't been tarnished or in vain. God knows they suffer from barking ignorance, whipping stupidity, and biased reign. In their last dying breaths, they never cursed, bellowed, or raged with ill will. Their auric impact gave the hooded phantoms deep panic, fears, and chills. Our ancestors were bound in rusty, rattling, and clinking chains. Their ironclad determination helped us deal with the isolating pains. Their suffering in ignorance, they suffered in agonizing darkness to bring us into the painless light. Some of you carelessly tossed away a hunger for spite. The unforeseen burns of backstabbing by ignorant whites, even against ourselves. Yet people forgetting that book on the shelves. It's not easy being a big black ink blot on a white canvas. We're trying to get this rage and stress off our roaring chest. Fighting and shouting and killing like blind guns isn't the answer. It just spread the venomous river of hate so much faster. Hate never loves, but only exterminates and destroys. Please be mindful that we're human beings and not mindless toys. Bitter vengeance is a dish left freezing cold. Is it really satisfactory to deliver punishment sevenfold? It's easy to build instead of burning bridges. Everyone knows it's better to heal than to dig ditches. It doesn't matter if you're red, black, or white. Let's bury the hatchet and fight the good fight. There's strength in numbers, so let's become an enormous radiant sun. Let's make our voices, struggles, and power into one. Black History isn't supposed to be celebrated in just 1 month. Let's give ancient white bigotry one massive dynamite punch. Thank you so much.
Even when that cat's heavy, he's just like light as a feather. Like he just dope with it. Unmute yourself, give it up for Eddie Foreman.
That's Eddie.
Woo!
Powerful, Eddie. Powerful rhyme. Powerful rhyme.
Eddie's just
I want that line on my wall on a sign. It's better to heal than dig ditches. Thank you, Ed.
No doubt, right? Like, would the grave digger have to go to retraining if that was the case? Would he have to go back to school? Would the undertaker have to go back to school if he didn't have to dig ditches anymore? If he was into the healing business? Listen, man. Eddie, I truly have loved what you do for a long time because you stay dedicated to it, right? And that is what sets you apart from everyone else, is your dedication to being you, right? He said it's not easy being a big black ink blot, especially in the Rorschach test. I love it. They try to spread the river of venomous hate. We keep coming up with the antidote somehow. Appreciate you, Eddie, for rocking with us, for staying dedicated and being a member of the greatest community in the world, man. You know what it is. Before we move on this evening, I am going to pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. Ron, how you feeling this evening?
Whoa, I am just in awe at our amazing community here online and in person as always. What a great theme ending Black History Month on this leap day of this leap year. Thank goodness we got one extra day this year, And yeah, Eddie, powerful, everyone else thus far, amazing. Can't wait to see what everyone else brings. Wow, super, super. Tomorrow we're going to start Women's History Month, another exciting month. So, thank you for all your dedication, all of you, everyone here, performing, watching on the live streams as well. I'm happy to report that the live stream is working again. Apologies about the issues that we had last week. So if you are watching on YouTube, X, or Facebook, hello and welcome, and feel free to join us in Zoom so you can be part in Zoom and applaud and comment, on everyone here. Hello, everyone. I am Ron Mark Thompson. I am one of the programs and operations assistants at the Nuyorican Poets Café. I am also the tech assistant for our online programs. Again, I'm very excited, to be here. Our cafe, the building itself, is currently closed because we are embarking on a 3-year reconstruction of the building itself. It'll be torn down except for the iconic brick walls, and then it'll be built up again. The city is doing it. This is how it looks currently on the outside, and many of you who have been to the cafe also remember the bar and the beautiful mural in the back of the bar. We are still finishing clearing out everything, but I'm gonna have a few news very soon in the next few weeks. So we're gonna have a public groundbreaking ceremony toward the end of March, where everyone is invited. It's gonna be a free event. It'll be a little bit on the inside and a little bit and then on the outside. So if you want to come through this, just stay in contact with us. I will put all the information in the chat. You can follow us on our website, on our social media channels, or sign up for our newsletter if you haven't done so. In the meantime, as many of you know, we're going to continue our in-person programs at other venues. Elemen2al mentioned many of them. Every Monday, we are still hosting our Nuyorican Bowery Slams at the wonderful Bowery Poetry Club nearby on the Lower East Side in Manhattan. I am happy to report that our own Matthew Marroquin is returning this coming Monday to guest host. The following week, it's J. Rose's turn again. Stay tuned with us, for all the other hosts coming up, and you can already get your tickets at the Bowery Poetry Club's Eventbrite page, or go through our ticket page and you can link through our links to get there. Every Monday, 7 p.m. Also, all the winners from Mondays go on to compete in the Final Friday Slam, aka Final Fridays. Now, if any of you wonder what is that name, and if you didn't get a chance to see our newsletter from last week, yes, we renamed our Grand Slam, our monthly Grand Slam, to the monthly Final Friday Slam. It is hosted by Tony McPherson. He made his debut last Friday. It was powerful. It was amazing. Jessica won that slam. She's gonna, compete in the Grand Slam, which from this point on will be the annual slam in December, where the prize will be $1,000 for the winner instead of the $100 prize at the end of each month. The next one is March 29th. It is at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, again hosted by Tony McPherson in the Times Square area on 47th Street in Manhattan. Come on through if you happen to be in New York City, or if you want to make your vacation plans, make them to coincide with the last Friday of the month. We definitely recommend that. We are continuing our regular open mics with Sol Preem at the Loy Cider Center on East 9th Street. Yesterday happened to be the last one in February, on the last Wednesday of the month, and starting tomorrow in the new month of March, Sol Preem's open mics will be hosted from now on every second and fourth Wednesday of each month. So yes, we are increasing them to twice a month, and that one, just like here, the online open mic, is for everyone: musicians, poets, storytellers, comedians, and there is no theme. So if you happen to be in New York City, come on through on this second and fourth Wednesday of each month, starting this tomorrow, this month, new month, at 6:30 p.m. at the Loy Cider Center. And also, we are continuing, and we have committed ourselves to continue our Women Orator Wednesdays on every first Wednesday of the month, also at the Loy Cider Center. We are very happy that the Loy Cider Center will continue hosting our Women's Orator Wednesdays there. That's the first Wednesday of every month, namely next Wednesday, March 6th, 6:30 p.m. And Rice Felicia Kate is taking over as the host of this open mic. And we're going to keep Felicia busy because next week on Thursday, March 7, as well as May 9th, she is continuing to host the 1000 Words open mic at the International Center of Photography, which is on Essex Street. Again, not that far from the Nuyorican Poets Café's building. You can sign up for that at ICP's website. Teen open mic, we had one this past weekend. We're going to continue March, April. You can see on the flyer May is skipped and then back in June and July. This is free for all teenagers at P&T Knitwear, a bookstore on Orchard Street. Tony McPherson, we're keeping him busy as well. Earlier today, he just guest taught his first writing workshop with the Nuyorican Poets Café and Studio One, which occurs every last Thursday of the month. And he will also return next month on March 28th, which is the last Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. to host that workshop there at Studio One, which is on 4th Street. Again, not that far from the Nuyorican Poets Café. Of course, we're going to continue the online open mic, hashtag TOOM, hosted by Elemen2al. As he mentioned, if you want to sign up and secure yourself an artist RSVP slot, do it 24 hours prior, Wednesday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If for any reason you can't, get your ticket on Wednesday evening, check Thursday morning. The last ticket for tonight's open mic was ordered at 6:39 a.m. this morning. Sometimes, we're sold out the night before. Sometimes, you're lucky, if you check in the morning, there's still maybe 1 or 2 slots available. So come on through for this. But as Elemen2al mentioned, we have a good luck round. For anyone who didn't get a chance to sign up, let Elemen2al or me know. I already gave him 2 names. I think he may have gotten more names. Let us know in the chat if you still want to rock in the good luck round. We definitely want to hear from you. And online also, still for another 2 weeks, we have currently available a stage play called The Shine Challenge 2024, which was written by Ishmael Reed and directed by Carla Blank. We recorded that a week ago and we released it last Friday. If you have not seen that, if you're interested in a recording of a live stage play, I definitely recommend that. It is definitely on the theme of Black History Month. It is powerful. If you want to get your tickets, go to nuyorican.org or go to our ticket site, which is where this QR code sends you to. And if you want to continue following us on Instagram at Nuyorican Poets Café, I will put all of our other social media links in the chat. And please follow our partners, our other organizations where that are partnering with us to continue bringing you events during the next 3 years while we are constructing our building. So on that note, we are going to go to somebody who does not live in New York City, but we had the chance to meet him in person, I believe a year ago at Voices and Vibes, which Paul Concasso hosted. Thank you again for our guest host, Paul Concasso, here at the online open mic the last 2 weeks. But Catman, I remember when you came and visited us, it was so great to meet you in person, to hear your songs. Glad to have you here back on our online open mic. Catman, you know how it goes. Let everyone know where we may follow you. I believe you have at least 1 or more books, Team, that you can sell. The floor is all yours. Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm just trying to put the whole crowd back on, but I can't. Anyway, so you can find me here. I do my writing on Subtrack, and there's no paywall, so I invite everyone to join. And I know last week, I believe I mentioned some bad news about the old blues singer, Mississippi John Hurt, and the little home and museum in Mississippi, in Avalon, Mississippi, which is part of the Mississippi Blues Trail, and his granddaughter that found the family plot was desecrated, and she had made some obvious protestations over it, and she got repaid with scorn by somebody burning down the little home that he lived in, and we're going. It's going to be rebuilt, and there'll be fundraisers in various places in the country, and certainly one is going to be New York City. I don't have any details on that yet, but it'll be there. It'll be one in my hometown of Hartford, and so I just wanted to play another song by John Hurt, "Glory, Glory." Glory, glory, hallelujah. Since I left my burden down. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Since I left my burden down. No more sickness, no more sorrow. Since I left my burden down. No more sickness, no more sorrow. Since I left my burden down. I'm gone home to live with Jesus. Since I left my burden down. I'm gone home to live with Jesus. Since I left my burden down. I'm gonna shake glad hands with angels since I left my burden down. I'm gonna shake glad hands with angels since I left my burden down. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Since I left my burden down. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Since I left my burden down. Thank you.
And that cat is all kinds of incredible. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Catman Bill.
Catman! Woo!
Yeah, Catman Bill. Yeah.
Homeboy and Paul.
Nice.
Something happened on my. I have nothing against Ron, but I could only look at Ron during my song. I wanted to look at all you guys. I don't know how the heck. I can't find where the group. I
You
can't
should be
find
on
it.
the gallery view on
I
the
have
top
nothing
right.
I
personal.
don't know how to respond to that one.
You know what, as he is finding that so powerful. Thank you, for keep reminding us what happened. If you hear of any fundraiser or GoFundMe page from for rebuilding John Hurt's home, let us know, Catman. And by the way, do subscribe to his blog. I subscribe to it, and it's great, So thank you, Catman. Catman, are you seeing all of us now?
Okay, thank you. What's that?
Are you seeing all of us now?
No. I keep tapping my screen here. See, Zoom reconfigured this thing, so I'm looking, and I don't know where the heck the group is. What would
All
it
right,
be?
I'll help. I'll help him
Forget
privately.
it. Let it go. Next.
Go ahead.
Listen. This is the beauty of our community, right? Because we can relish in moments that we're just like, yo, I need all of it. Like, I need not some of it, not most of it. I need all of it, right? Because, listen, and I was just actually talking to one of my students about this. When you're trying to deliver something, you think you find a point. right? You find a point and you just perform to that point, right? Ron is that point, and that's cool. It's like, okay, Ron's listening. I got it. I'm with Ron. Let's do it, right? And that helps you get through, right? Tell my students, the exit sign, right? Everybody else makes you nervous. Perform to the exit sign. You're getting somewhere. Appreciate you, Catman. Truly, truly. All right. Make sure you are giving it up for RMT. That dude's 100%. I know he doesn't like to get all the love. I know it, right? However, Ron is the dopest, for real. We do what we do because Ron does what he does. So I appreciate you, Ron, truly. Coming up next, listen, we just gonna go bill to bill, right? This next musician has been rocking with us for some years. And his original music is always just one of those. I think if the members of our community, the musicians ever get together, they will be like a super group, like the mega powers in wrestling. I'm telling you, these cats are 100% incredible. And here comes the next one, the one and only Bill Elkins is about to do it to us, right? All the way out in Long Beach, shout out the West Coast, is about to come through and tear it down with another beautiful guitar. Please, sir, take it away. Great to see you.
Thank you, Elemental. You're so generous. Yes, hello, everybody. I'd like to do an original that I wrote for my sister, Mary, who lives in Milwaukee. By the way, she loves poetry as well, and she's a pretty good poet in her own right. But she's my closest sibling, age-wise, just a couple years apart. And so we've been very close, and this is a song I wrote for her. Hope you like it. Introspective poet, folk dancer, my Flanders, only partner were survivors of our filial childhood blight. Lenny Cohen's verse and song enraptures and envelops you, instilling your poetic passion for life. Sail on, my dear sister, upon your crimson ocean of fire into the deep dark night. Sail on, sail on, my Maria Goretti, my Maria Virgine, to the into a fresh morning filled with jasmine, blue sky and sun. Lost my sight. Surrealistic meanderings in your verse and rhyme enthrall my pagan soul so fervently and so fine. You exude your sparkly effervescence to lift my spirits high whenever I utter an existential sigh. Sail on, my dear sister, upon your crimson ocean of fire into the deep dark night. Sail on, sail on, my Maria Goretti, my Maria Virgine, into a fresh morning filled with jasmine, blue sky and sun. Oh, you so much loved your voya, I know he was your man, the proverbial love of your life. You also provide sanctuary for felines and hounds alike, and for family laden with personal strife. Sail on, my dear sister, upon your crimson ocean of fire into the deep dark night. Sail on, sail on, Ma Maria Goretti, Ma Maria Virgine, into a fresh morning filled with jasmine, blue sky, and sun. You brighten the lives of all you touch. I hope for you heaven exists in apt reward for the kindly deeds you've done. You give so much more than you take in this life, my compassionate and enigmatic one. Sail on, my dear sister, upon your crimson ocean of fire into the deep dark night. Sail on, sail on, Ma Maria Goretti, Ma Maria Virgine, into a fresh morning filled with jasmine, blue sky, and sun. Ooh. Sorry for the ragged performance. Anyway.
Nothing ragged about it, sir.
Oh,
it's
man.
all
My
just
fingers
beautifully.
don't listen to me anymore.
Not a chance.
Revolution.
Not a chance. Unmute yourself. Give it up.
Yeah,
for
beautiful
Bill.
Bill.
We love your sister. So generous.
I
it's
know,
awesome.
it's so beautiful.
And what was beautiful about it, Bill, is that the audio was actually low, and so your voice came over a soft guitar, and it was even more beautiful. And I think that was it came through really nice. Wait till you hear the recording. You're going to like it. And that's my line that I suck. Don't take it from me.
Listen, what CC said was absolutely right. Right? Shout out CC Ashaga. We'll hear CC in a little bit. It is absolutely right, right? Because the tone was at a certain way, the guitar still had its space, and your voice did not seem like it was competing, but it flowed right in there perfectly. So, plus, who doesn't love a good love song, right? Especially when you're talking about, he said jasmine, blue sky, and sun. Like those three things together sound like paradise, sound like peace, sound like happiness. You know what I mean? So you said also, I hope for you heaven exists. That is so just heavy for me, because it's, even if you don't, I hope for you that heaven exists. So there's somewhere better or somewhere just full of light that you can go. That's such a heavy line, Bill. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. Truly. Man, that was gonna give you that was a good one. Thank you. That was a good one. All right. Coming up next, this incredible poet, while enduring some of the hardest things in the world, continues to come through and share her incredible artistry with us. And has the nerve to be an incredible educator. Shout out the educators in the building. The one and only Marianne Tepp is here. Let the folks know where they can find you. It's always great to see you. Shout out Jules. Hopefully she's recovering in the rapidest way possible. Great to see you. Please take it away.
The pleasure is mine, Elemental. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. Yes, Julia is doing much, much better, and the baby steps are turning into strides indeed. So things are really happening now. Thank you for the great energy in the Zoomverse, and not the least yours personally, Elemental. I really appreciate it. I am actually on theme this evening with a poem that I guess I'd like to call Ubuntu. Fruit can't be the flower. You can't be who you are without the air and water and the ones who came before. You're the earth your father planted in shades of gold and green. Your life was laid before you long before you were conceived. The moon can't stop the motion of the waves upon the shore, the ebb and flow of questions of what life holds in store. You're the gift your mother granted in timeless rainbow hues. She laid the path before you. Now you walk in your own shoes. 100 billion footprints left in the sands of time. I walk the path you made. Your footsteps follow mine. There's no me without you, or the ones who came before. Now it's our turn to mark the way for 100 billion more. Thank you very much.
For 100 billion more. Oh my gosh. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Marianne too.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's
Fantastic
beautiful.
work. Yeah.
That's a beautiful poem. Love the title. I love the title.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Beautiful. And echoing what Elemental says, no matter all the hardships that you and your family endured, I'm glad you're still here, and, wonderful that Julia is doing better, so thank you for continuing to participate here. I hope we give you, some comfort, with everything that's happening. So thank you, Mariana. Amazing, amazing, beautiful. That was beautiful.
And she had the nerve to mention Ubuntu. Right? No, we caught that, right? That wasn't gonna let you just sneak by on that one. Like, nah, I caught that. They caught that too. I really love how you frame this one. Really, this one just speaks to the gardener in all of us, I think. Right? Without the air and water, what are we, right? She said, "You are the earth your father planted." Come on. Come on. And you are the gift your mother granted. What? I walk the path you made. There's no me without you. In the footsteps of a billion footsteps. And we got to get a billion more footsteps so we can get another billion more footsteps. That shit was brilliant. Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you for sharing your incredible artistry with us. Thank you for sharing Jules with us and her incredible story. I am glad that she is up and moving around. Like you said, those small steps will turn into strides, which will turn into marathons. And we are looking forward to it. Thank you. All right. Coming up next, this cat right here. Listen, I don't know how he does it. I think this cat is just like got timing of just an uncanny nature, but he always finds himself near the end of the list. You know what I mean? I guess it's just a second half kind of cat. I get it. But this cat has continued to come through, continue to work on his craft, and continues to elevate his work. The one and only Principe is in the building and looking forward to what he has to come through with this evening. Come on, Principe, let these folks know what it is. Oh yeah, I know it just happened. I know it just happened. Trust and believe, I know it just happened. Come on, Principe, let's do it.
Tonight I'll be sharing 2 poems tonight.
The first poem is untitled right now at the moment. Carving out stories in cedar, communal building being told by many mighty hands of tribes. The headless sag utilize cedar for many uses. Like a beaver, they get creative and be receptive to the calling of nature. The raven told the grizzly bear, fox, and owl, let's give light to the world. Each one doing their part, not to depart for reciprocity, to build the circle, the community. In Orca, building cycle of trust that never rusts in the atmosphere, and change the rise, and changing the rise. May there be a butterfly. That's the first one. That's a rough draft. Second one's untitled too right now, kind of at the moment. The feel of her soft fingers touching my sculpted body, bringing pleasure that gets better with each sensual touch to my body. Sending blood and rushing and flowing to the golden key, the key that unlocks and has me going from hole to hole. Those pink petals opened in a world to me. After I drilled her in the middle, I've been to drill her. Her curves were potion in motion. Sexual screams broke the screen in the air. As she was shocked to life, grabbing and holding me onto me tightly. I left Jack and Jill in our vestibule of a sacred fortress. Later, I would pin and tell her about how I did the pin and teller on her poem.
You see what I'm saying? That cat is working. That cat's doing magic in stanzas. You see what I'm saying? Unmute yourself. Give it up for Prince of Peace.
Yeah.
You, Prince
My
of
man,
Peace.
Prince of Peace,
Yeah.
as usual.
I love watching you.
Nice.
That dude's dedicated, right? And I love what Prince of P does, right? Because Prince of P is one of the only folks in our community that's always standing up to deliver his work, right? And that always to me just speaks of someone who is like Joski, right? Like Joski. I don't know if I've ever seen Joski perform sitting down. For real. Lantern too, right? Always on their feet, right? It's something about channeling that energy all the way connected to the earth. Something about it. So I definitely appreciate that, Prince of P. He said a trust that never rusts in the atmosphere. Like, kind of hard to find things that don't deteriorate in this atmosphere. But once you do, like people, you better hold on to them. Appreciate you, Prince of P. Truly. Okay. I did notice what I did, and I did it for a reason, right? I know what this cat's about to do. I want to make sure that it flows. Coming up next, Storm Gods in the building. Atmosphere rearranger. This guy right here, people like to say, you know, that I'm energy, right? And energy beings just know energy beings. And let me tell you, if you have like one of those things they call seatbelts, you know, you can click it and, you know, make sure your seat back and tray table are in the upright position. We're about to take off with the one and only Zonkonto in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Always great to see you, man. Come on. Take it away.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the poetry that's come before me. This is on theme, on ancestry. You see, my forefathers lived when rivers were their facial recognition software. And you had to run along the riverbank, investing smile after smile, different angles for each ripple, and people standing a mile down the same current could swear they saw your appearance and gestures floating by. The slippery arms of the river cuddling their reflections down tributaries and photo booths of ancestral truths that flowed until the collective expressions gathered around the umbilical cord of the ocean, wanting to be reborn. But if those rivers dried up along the way, then the sun cut out the middlemen and took those same reflections directly to the sky, and with the evaporation, their facial features recollected into pixels of cloud, droplets of images becoming a feast of mist that redistributed itself across the sky as puddles that struggled to mirror each inch of emotion until they caved in and became picturesque droplets of rain. Each lightning strike a shutter button, each landing reordering their faces in the sand. So when you see shapes and shadows in the clouds, remember, rivers are vigilant photographers, squinting their eyes through sudden dips in the tide, kneeling along the river banks to repeat the process, such that every time it rains, I am drenched in their praise poems, black and proud. So give me an avalanche of those raindrops. Let them cascade down the ski slopes of my own rugged edges, taking screenshots of the naked valleys and forgotten imperfections that I've kept hidden. Let the torrential downpour of their wrinkles leave squiggles on the camera lens of all those peeking into the street to catch glimpses of my ancestral code. Those trying to download my totems via modems, let them know that my photographic memory is one with the river, where the first picture perfect caption of my forefathers was screenshot by a virgin wave, crashing against the shores of their eyelashes and cascading down their cheeks as tears of redemption. My forefathers lived when mirrors were water bodies, upon which their reflection was never thirsty to be seen. But if you cupped your hands and took a drink from the river, your tongue saved their memory upon its surface, and you never did thirst for a single drop again. Zomkond.
I try to tell y'all, unmute yourself, give it up for Zonkoto!
Atmosphere Ranger. Yeah.
I swear I saw lightning come out while you were doing that.
Come on.
That was amazing.
That was beyond.
Thank you.
That's what this guy does. As I say, some people do this, but we do this. You feel that, right? You feel the crackling, it's still crackling. We do this. We do this. We do this. I know it sounds cliche as hell, but we do this. All the way back to when rivers were the original recognition software. What? Picturesque drops of rain. Yes, the creator, whatever higher power that you believe in, is an artist. Every time it rains, I am drenched in their inspiration. Come on, man. Forgotten inspiration left behind, right? Those trying to download my totems via modems. What? Come on, man. When their reflection was never thirsty to be seen. Man, you're always taking it to the next level, man. Always turning it up. And I appreciate you, right? I appreciate you for staying on the gas. Truly. Appreciate you. Whew, let's keep it going. Reach the final four of the guaranteed list, +3 on the good luck round. Let's get it. Coming up next. Listen, if there ever was a Edward Nygma that wanted to be a poet, he would probably say, riddle me this. Why wouldn't I call myself Kazi Kaz? Because there is only one Kazi Kaz in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Kaz. Always great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
What is up? What is up? Welcome back. Welcome back, man. Good to have you back, man. You definitely was missed, man. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? All right, all right. All right, so I have actually, this is on theme. This is titled Today. Excuse me. I'm curious as to why we were born to say goodbye. Perhaps that's the reason for a newborn's cry. Every day we live within a bureaucratic lie while minds are being laundered and then hung out to dry. Society itself amplifies my rage. I shall not forever be locked up in this cage. The stage is set for me to wage war now, simply for trying to stay true to my vows of life. But tell me how? It's us against them. There's only so much that could be done with a pen. The essence of truth is truly being undermined. The reason why the blind be leading the blind. Stop, freeze, get down on your knees. But I'm begging you, please. I got a family that's depending on me. Drop the gun. What do you mean? I said drop the gun, but I'm clean. Shot fired by the very cops who were hired to keep the peace they supposedly protect, serving the public nothing but some broken noses and necks, casually leaving calamities, casualties, and convoluted rhapsodies of tragedies and travesties, burning us to the third degree of plausible perjury and philosophical burglary, feeding the ferociously frantic frenzy of racially fueled fires sparked by incendiary badges in blue that rather bully, beat, batter, and bruise than trying to reach or teach the truly torn, tattered, and doomed. But if it never rained, how would flowers ever bloom on this dastardly plain being devoured and consumed by the never-ending powers of these cowardly baboons, empowering nothing but clownish buffoons who stand before us to ignore us while deploying whole entire platoons? I'm assuming their desire is to bomb and kaboom the sky, planets, stars, sun, and the moon, ponds and lagoons, even if it's a just married bride and a groom, leaving them stranded helplessly like on an island maroon. Not even the holy matrimony's vows are immune to the potency of the violence with the foulest of fumes that silently wound, demolishing wombs, enlarging our tombs for our promising doom on this sunny afternoon. For the spoil, ill-gotten by holding the devil's hand, making sweet-sounding rose-petaled plans for overtaking foreign soils and sand, simply to boldly scam a poor little family out of their golden land. But it's time for us to take an even bolder stand and get our asses off our shoulders and look inside the heart and souls of man, because I'm cold. Plus, I'm already told, damn. Thank you.
Yo, this cat is so different. I keep telling y'all, unmute yourself, give it up for Kazi Call.
Cause energy, just goes like
You wrote that today?
starts
Is
and
that
goes
why it's called
up,
today?
up. It's no wonderful to hear, wonderful to witness.
I like that.
Much love. Much
Yeah,
love.
that's off your shoulders. That was too much, though. I can't. I'm sorry. That wasn't the best line, but it stood out.
Good. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
I do. Listen, Kazi Kaz just works, right? Kazi Kaz reminds me of a marathonist because every time you hear him, he's running. And by the time you come across him, he's already ran like 10 miles. You know what I'm saying? Like he's in full stride by the time you come across him. And it's like, oh, no, I only got like 7 more miles to go. It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like he's already in motion. Just like, it's cool, man. No, I got it. For real, man. Like seriously, you have such a marathoner's flow. Like it's just you get into that comfortable groove and you're just gone. Curious as to why you're born to die, right? The stage is set for me to wage war now. Whew. Yeah, I love those. If it never rained, how would flowers bloom? And then he said, ill-gotten while holding the devil's hand. Love it. Appreciate you, Kaz. An Elemental Kazi Kaz mashup coming soon. Believe it. All right. Coming up next, I got a chance to go into Southern California recently, and came across some amazing things. Shout out Raylan for this incredible lay. Shout out Miramar College for all the incredible things they do. Shout out Miramar Muse. So many things. This incredible poet made pretty much all of that happen. An incredible educator, a 100% brother, and a man that is connected to his people and ancestry. The one and only propaganda poet in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Prop. It is great to see you, man. Come on. You know what it is.
Okay, y'all. I'm just going to go ahead and apologize in advance because I'm totally going to be going over my time. Because I am now going to interrupt this poetry reading for a public service announcement. We are celebrating Black American heritage, which is a unique thing. And like African American History Month, Black History Month, like bullshit. Like there's way more than that. It's way bigger. It's tied with everything that we do. This entire fucking continent was built on this shit. So forget the month. But so Black American heritage. And here's your boy. I want to call out your boy because as the host of the show, y'all don't ever really get to hear his stuff. And I got to hear his stuff for like days in a row. And it was ridiculous. That's all I got to say, you know. But the more important thing is he's doing the work. And this is what I mean by that. So this man right here, he did a workshop for Miramar College. And one of the Black Studies professors brought her class to that workshop. The next day, during a meeting with the Ethnic Studies Task Force, that professor let me know that in her class, a white kid, a white male, told her, I think I'm starting to get it. It's not just a history class. Like it's an ongoing thing. That's a problem. That's doing the fucking work. And that's your boy Elemental right there who did that. And so I just want to say there are some people who deserve things and there are some people who earn things. And this motherfucker earned these flowers. So I'm going to invite the Nuyorican Poets Café to unmute everyone and give this man his flowers. Give this man his flowers. He's doing real work. So please, everyone.
Elemental.
Yeah. You talking.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elemental.
Feel it.
Believe it.
Stay inspired through it all. Stay inspired.
Yes.
And inspiring others.
Nothing I like more than being a part of your work.
Good human being too. Good heart.
There are those that do this, and then there are those that do this. And that's what that means. Like doing.
Gotta let
Well,
Hold on, Prop. Hold on,
Go ahead and
Prop.
sit back and relax, and y'all get to hear him for a change instead of just him being the host. So here we go. Open letter to the curriculum committee from the Ethnic Studies Task Force. Why must you try to define that which is divine? Your narrow vision feels like patriarchal prison policies politely cutting, gutting, leaving us leftovers, still fighting for the right just to be heard. So where exactly should we exist? Still, we will persist. To normalize is to colonize, downsized and canonized just to comply or deny your worst fears, our creativity being weaponized. Well, try this definition on for size. Our lives you cannot define. We are not your bottom line. We are not just checks for your white guilt box. We are here for truth and freedom unlocked. So will the real higher education please stand up?
Whispering Pandora's secrets to fit L7s and circular logic fallacies where heaven is just north of ignorance, paying teachers as shepherds to lead lambs to slaughter, called privatized prisons, new plantations, animal farms that Orwell obtuse into straight lines. Kill your creativity, call it obsessive obedience disorder, held tight by cowardly callous hands that strangle juice from strange fruit, call it nourishment, aphrodisiac to tranquilize descendants, standardize critical thinking into passing grades.
You see, they're hoarding knowledge in college and then selling it to the highest bidder. This is the bitter truth, cutting off the youth to the any possibility of doing anything other than just scraping to survive, preventing the possibility of actually living until they die. And this is all by design. This system is full of it. All these red flags that say if you don't play our way, then good luck ever having a say in how this all goes down the drain.
Flush that fuss of confusion in Northern Hemisphere clockwise fashion. Say it's time well spent to drench minds and inundate timelines with just the right amount of failure is not an option to make you believe water wasn't wet till scientists proved its truth. Make going against tides or grains just as right as four lefts paying for debts with corporate war chests called textbooks.
I grow ever so tired of trying to explain how this pain is created. The architect's insatiable need to feed all seven of their own deadly sins can never be sated with all of this hatred that they actually created, while they scream about it all just being fake or trying to convince us all that it's all just innate and we're all just ingrates who don't know how to appreciate. Well, I'm here to thank you all, my global poetry family. I'm talking about you and you and you and you and you, each one of you in these boxes, my online poetry family, because you have shown me that it is never too late.
Time is only a construct fabricated to intoxicate your senses into pacifiers, make you workers, so blue collar you sweat paychecks and blisters and problems that smell like lower SCS sewer grade manhole covers painted in colors of permanent inkwells with a direct line to the plug. Besides, when classrooms feel like jail cells, what incentives can you give to prepare kids for a future that does not belong to them, but force-fed anyway in 45-minute increments of sit down? Your sentence runs concurrently, sit down. Your sentence runs concurrently, sit down. Your sentence runs concurrently as run-on reasons for your absolute assimilation of indoctrination to this carnivorous curriculum that chews up people and spits out slaves.
Well, we can unlock all the knowledge that we want, and it can all be for free. They do not have the only key. Street knowledge and spoken word college are always in session, where we can learn the most important lessons in our collective poetry slam online Thursday night open mic, the Nuyorican Poetry Slam sessions, where we can manifest all the best inventions with very real intentions of teaching and learning from each other, each and every sister, each and every brother, so that maybe we can finally find a way to make a real attempt to fix all this shit and maybe even move forward together. Thank you, Elemental. My students are still talking about you.
I appreciate you, Prop, truly. Listen, everybody, listen, unmute yourself, give it up for the one and only propaganda poet.
Give it up for Elemental.
Welcome, Elemental. Yeah.
That was a
That was a tribute of
memorable
Muse. That was
impromptu
beautiful. That was
collaboration. That was
Thank you, Props.
truly
Thank
something.
you, thank you.
I watched that over and over on
Yes,
YouTube.
yes.
That was something.
That's some pages for the stages for the future. You got it. Lock that one down.
Give that man his flowers. He's doing real work.
Nuyorican Poets Café.
That's the work right there, right? Appreciate y'all. Truly appreciate everyone for just letting us rock, right? That dude is for real. Also a magnificent educator whose students very much so look forward to what he does. He is a true trendsetter. He speaks the voice of the people. True. I mean, truly. Like I said, his students are some of the luckiest in the world because he is their educator. You got to know that he is really that type of dude. Appreciate you, Prop, for real. Like, for real, man. I don't know if I'll ever get done thanking that dude for all the things that he did. For real, like so many things. Appreciate you, Prop. Truly. All right, 2 folks left on the guaranteed list, and we're gonna get to this good luck round coming up next. Yo, this incredible artist inspires people from multiple generations, right? I had a conversation the last time that I hosted and you rocked. You inspired my moms. Shout out my moms, for real. She said, oh my goodness, who is this woman? I need to find her. How do you spell her name? I said, oh no, Mom, this is how you do it. She's really one of those. She was like, okay, I gotta find this woman because I need to find out more. The one and only Tamam Tracy Moncour is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always so great to see you. Please take it away.
No, it's great to be here, and I've enjoyed everything, music, poetry, and you and the last poet. Oh boy. But let me see. It's Black History. It's about music, because Bay Area, Harlem, then Newark. That's how I traveled. So this one is called The A Train. Harlem, USA is the place where the pace of the music flows from the innermost soul into a rebirth of a renewed self-worth and to the higher aspirations of a new generation. Duke Ellington, Billy Strayhorn, a partnership and a song was born. Take the A train if you want to get to Harlem mighty quick. Yeah, take the A train. Quarter notes sang, half notes flipped, improvising their way back in the day, telling the story of lives filled with hope, rising above the lynch mob's rope, jumping at the Savoy, creating moments of joy, big band sounds all around, walking with the bass, sharing space, appearing at the Apollo, wanting a better tomorrow. Take the A train. If you want to get to Harlem mighty quick, yeah, take the A train. Count Basie, Fats Waller, James Brown, Bessie Smith, Drew Hill, Stevie Wonder, Gladys Knight and the Pips, Tito Puente, Lauryn Hill, Little Richard, Jackie Wilson, Sammy Davis Jr. and the Temptations, Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, the Jackson 5, and the list goes on and on and on. All came to the Apollo to follow their dream. And from there burst forth onto the American scene. Take the A train. If you want to get to Harlem mighty quick, yeah, take the A train. The Harlem of my mind looks back into time to the Renaissance and the nonchalance of the Black artists wrapped in creative bliss, which the white man exploited and became rich. Billie Holiday, singer of prophecy, sang of strange fruit hanging from southern trees, revealed wisdom based on her life alone, singing, God bless the child that's got his own. Take the A train. If you want to get to Harlem mighty quick, yeah, take the A train. Harlem of the 60s was a political entity. Artists sought personal integrity. Nina Simone singing Young, Gifted, and Black was a definite favor. That's a fact. Hairstyles picked into afros. Black replaced the word colored and Negro. Agbadas, dashikis worn with pride. Cornrows decorated, heads held high. Take the A train. If you want to get to Harlem mighty quick, yeah, take the A train. On Harlem streets, Malcolm X would preach. Gathering crowds will listen to him teach. He touched many hearts and many minds, opened the eyes of the socially blind. Malcolm X's voice is still ringing across the years. We can hear him saying, own your own businesses, have your own schools. Don't allow racism to define you. Take the A train. If you want to get to Harlem mighty quick, yeah, take the A train. Harlem is quite diverse in ethnicity, a melting pot for the world to see. African American, Puerto Rican, Jamaican, Dominican, South American, Haitian, African, Asian, as well as many people from the Middle East. All these people trying to live in peace. And whites have moved in through gentrification, while people are still struggling for financial liberation. Take the A train. If you want to get to Harlem mighty quick, yeah, take the A train. Our Black music heritage can still be found in various and different musical sounds: R&B, hip hop, jazz, blues, reggae, salsa, gospel too. The Apollo still stands as a historical landmark. Its light of fame shining in the dark for people everywhere to know and see. The spirit of Harlem will always be free. Take the A train. If you want to get to Harlem mighty quick, yeah, take the A train. And thank you.
Oh, yo, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Oh my goodness, that beat was so prevalent. Unmute yourself, give
I
it
hear
up
that.
for some
I'm gonna be hearing that all night.
Oh,
I hear
That's a great.
Get there all night
Spectacular.
now. Take the A train.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Unbelievable.
Beautiful, beautiful. And not to brag,
Thank you.
some of you may not know that our wonderful host Elemental is not from New York City. He's zooming in, from outside of New York City. But when he did visit New York City last spring, he and I took the A train to Harlem, and we walked through there, and we went to the Langston Hughes house. There was a program going there on 127th Street. So Elemental, tell everyone you did take the A train to go to Harlem.
We did take the A train uptown. We did actually downtown from where we were. But yes, thank you, Rod. Absolutely right. We took the A train downtown from where we were into Harlem onto 125th and walked into those legendary doors of the Apollo Theater. And let me tell you, it is still standing beautifully. Every single brick still standing there like a guardian, just like I wish somebody would try to knock me off my spot, son. It's not going nowhere. Like it was beautiful, man. It really was. And the area around is still just buzzing, right? I don't have my book with me, but I have my Things Fall Apart, Chinua Achebe, that I got from Harlem, 125th. Shout out the homie. Shout out the homie. Listen, that right there, take the A train. All I could hear, right? I don't know if folks were checking me out, right? Apollo Theater, 125th. There it is, prop. All I could hear was like the jazz drummer while you're ripping, right? That's all I could hear while you were ripping. It's just like, oh, you just have this truly intrinsic rhythm, and it just flows out of you. And that is what jazz is about, right? That is the true essence of that spirit, of the Savoy, of the Apollo, of Count Basie and Fats Waller and Tito Puente and Sammy and the Temps and Sarah Vaughan and the Jacksons. Like, somebody that is always going to be so close to me said, follow your dream. And that is exactly what the spirit of Harlem really is. So thank you for sharing that with us. Another powerful poem. Truly, truly appreciate you. Whew. Listen, the music is flowing this evening. I love it. I'm so thankful for y'all. I'm so thankful for all the music and all the energy that y'all conjure every single week. Let's get to our resident keyboard piano extraordinaire. Heard this cat earlier. Now we about to hear him tickle the ivory. The one and only CC, our chakra in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, CC. Always great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
I love you all so much. Every week for over a year, and it's just amazing how much I'm here because you're here, and the way we learn from each other. I don't know who said that. I don't know who mentioned the Sciatore. Thank you. I'm from Boston. I spent a lot of time with Aldo. A lot of time with Aldo Temperlini was a lot of time with Askia, and he definitely deserves props, you know. And Ancestor, I don't write the theme, but Arshag, my name, is my grandfather. Arshag I changed it. And Ra is because when I met Sun Ra and spent 4 hours with that motherfucking trippy cat. And that was life-changing. Beyond jazz, sonic. And the propaganda, what you did. Man, that's the whole idea that there's work to do. And the hope that we are not in any hopeless situation because of this. Because this is because of the do. We can, if it's not here now, we're gonna make it happen. And giving up ain't a way. Trying to shuffle it around and fight back, transcend that shit. And I think we can, and we do. And I think that's why I started this whole yesternow thing, because I just think we needed a word. And then the manuscript happened, and now I'm working on this other thing called The Skull, which is stemmed out of that. And then there's the song, which I'll do for you. And it gets tweaked over time. We've been away from the piano a little bit, so my daily excuse, but here it is again. I remember the first day that came to be called yesternow. Back when I spent all my time on there has got to be a better time to come. Beyond living in the sadness of life's a burden, and that is all there is. Looking back, it was to see time ending and to never cause the harm life handed me. While ever searching for a dream come true place they call setting your soul free into the yesternow. I love you yesternow. The moment is the only time of living. I would have never found my way here without this moment with you. I love you. I remember the many yesterdays since the first one came to be, when the burden of searching for some calmness of breathing just to find us at peace. Yet living in the slip of time, and in the same time the present slips away. Looking back on all those futures passing through me like a time loop stuck inside my head, while living cluelessly in a world of lies where only hate and fear's realities exist. Then I found yesternow. I love you yesternow. The moment is the only time of living. I would have never found the way here without this moment with you. I love you. I can tell you all about the years that followed, when the devil and the angel wore one face, when I was lost spending the future's cost on a single coin that only flipped me off, while living as if you can possess time, and yet the saddest fact is time possesses you. I reached for touch just to feel like tomorrow's coming, to discover it was myself fighting back. Till I came upon the future's ruins. Where every future made of safe fears came to rest. There, the future's gravestone sat and looked right through me at the exact same time that I was looking back. And it read, the moment you let go of time, you'll come here to rest your warring head into the yesternow. I love you yesternow. The moment is the only time of living. I would have never found the way here without this moment with you. I love you. Yes, there were countless times I vowed to never trust love. And at the same time, I just give up all my hope. Fighting through the grip of endless ages, harming others just to feel I'd win life back. Still something deep within time's ghostly moved my mind, continued to keep on breathing air. Till something deep inside my mind was breaching how each moment dies, so peace and love might live. Through all the portals born of no possessions, to grateful moments birthing yesternow. Life can find you in the yesternow. I love you yesternow. The moment is the only time of living. I would have never found the way here without this moment with you. I love you.
Yeah, he does that, right? I told you. Unmute yourself, give it up for CC Ashandra.
Yeah.
Thank
A
you.
lot of that was Elemental's fault. That damn guy's always trying to tell me I'm better than I know I am. So fuck you too.
Hey, and I will, guess what? Wrong one. I will continue to do just that.
Oh!
I will continue to do just that and make sure that you know that you're better than you believe you are. That's my job. So yeah. Listen, every time I hear this song, right, I'm hearing even more so how you're carving it out, right? Even more so how much of your energy and effort is going into each syllable, right? The leg pounding is getting harder, right? The energy and I love you is palatable. Keep going. I just need you to believe it. Once you believe it, it's over. Once you believe it, it's a hit, right? As long as I believe it, it's just a great song. Once you believe it, it's a hit. I appreciate you, man. Truly. All right, folks, we have reached the end of the guaranteed list. There are 3 phenomenal artists on our good luck round, and we are going to make sure we get heard. They get heard this evening. Plus, if you are wanting to hang out for a minute, we will bring up the cipher and rock for a couple of minutes after we go off the live stream. So let's get to it. Coming up first on the good luck round, all the way in the West Coast, shout out LA in the building. This incredible poet has been rocking for years. Love when he comes through, man. Love this cat's poetry all the time, guaranteed. The one and only Abraham Kamani in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. It's always great to see you. Been too long, too. Please, take it away.
Yeah, I was on here last week. I didn't spit, but I was on here for a while last week to listen to some other poets that Paul hosted. You guys can find me on Instagram at The Righteous Poet. You know, I go on there. I haven't been on there as much lately, but I still go on there and those 2 other people's profiles. But anyways, I'm gonna give you a few short ones and one a little bit longer. It's gonna be under 3 minutes or less. This one is an oldie. It's a haiku, one of my favorites. Malcolm was too big to have a little last name crossed out with an X. And this is another haiku. Maya Angelou lended her voice to caged birds singing Black freedom. And this one is a Tonka. Dreams are never meant to be deferred forever. It will come to pass soon that oppression will die. Pen yours truly, Langston Hughes. And this one is called The Narrative of Broken Silence. America bites my tongue while holding my peace. Keep screams in my lungs so it will never release any recorded tracks of her bloody violence done in vicious acts of artistic silence. With the stroke of her thick brush, She paints her duct tape, assured to keep my mouth shut, so no shouts will ever escape the tight grip of censorship, inflaming my non-flapping gums while suffocating my lips, hoping my Black voice succumbs to a tame quietness not born to speak in complete life sentences in any way, shape, and form, except for haunting images of aborted adjectives, miscarried verbs, wondering what if nouns lived on earth, but questions are not asked, nor will answers be given. My brain only grasps, deaf ears will not listen to the sounds of gritting teeth, cutting my tongue to pieces, marked with verses of grief written over blacked out speeches. Yet my hands are unshackled to pull off her stripes and stars, go through the brutal hassle of exposing unhealed oral scars, tearing off my sensitive flesh before I can utter out in victory how my story did not end in death, but lives forever in America's history.
How my story did not end in death. Because I remember what matters most. We are still here. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Abraham. Come on.
Yeah, Abraham. Wow.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Written. Such amazing tributes. Such amazing way of writing the stories of that time, you know?
You know, again, that's what I love about artists, right? You can stay away from the pen for 10 seconds or 10 years. But when it comes back to you, like Rakim said, right? Me and the microphone is still magnetic, straight off the top. No, I'll be forced to rock. Listen, man, when you do what you do, sir, it makes moves. It makes the universe listen, right? In your first poem, he said, Malcolm was too big. It's not too far from the truth, sir. Maya was singing Black freedom, right? The oppression will die, right? The narrative of broken silence, like, come on, man. He came through even with the titles on them. America bites my tongue while holding my peace. Come on, man. Born speaking life sentences, right? Cutting my tongue to pieces. Come on, man. For real. Don't be a stranger, man. Make sure you fall back through. Appreciate you and all that you do, man. Truly. All right. 2 more poets. Coming up next. This poet hasn't rocked with us in a while, but she has come back through to make sure she adds to the energy this evening. It is great to see you. The one and only Liza is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you again. Please take it away.
Oh my God, what a beautiful, gorgeous, amazing night of poetry. Oh my God, I'm still on the A train and everything that happened before, I'm blasted. Oh my God. So thank you. Thank you. What a beautiful. I'm not on theme because I came here just because I needed to be here, and but Black heritage is my soul, and that's the truth about that. So I have a simple piece, and it's about time, and it's late, so here I go. Bless. Love y'all. Okay. I'm not sure how to measure time anymore, so I don't. I never really have. Like, I'm not sure what I was doing in 1985, but I can remember that look in my beloved's eyes the day we met in the 90s. Then there's that period of time when I drank too much red wine. And the years it felt like I never slept. The time I was awakened by a loud cry that was mine. And the day I decided to no longer be blinded by addiction. And recently, the moment time shifted and love lifted me to the other day when I read poetry at the Nuyorican Poets Café. I'm not sure how to measure time anymore since my grandma died either, but I think I measure it with love. Take the tears I cry, multiply the beats of my heart, divide the times we were apart, subtract the pain plus the years we spent here, equal our love story with sequels. Time is merely the framework we are accustomed to. We schedule things, we celebrate occasions, we plan, we wait. Some of us didn't make it to the big day to celebrate. What if an hourglass turned sideways and the only way to make time move would be in hip moves, sways, and my poetic ways? Then everything would be smooth with a good groove, like the feet in the sand at the edge of a beautiful ocean, and all we feel are romantic notions and love oceans. I was 14 in 1985, in my 50s in 2023. Time would be my enemy if I tried to imply that I need more. So with love, I don't keep score. I always have more so that you always feel adored. There are reasons to be sad, to be glad, to pray for peace, to dance, and to be at ease. Every single day we can fear a myriad of these. Time, dear time, you are no here nor there. You are everywhere for the taking. But life is to be lived for real, being present, no faking.
Oh, what? That damn time, boy. Oh, my goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Liza.
Yeah, Liza, that was great. Wow.
Writing is elite.
Yeah.
Your writing is elite. That was beautiful. It's quite elite. And the delivery is just,
Exquisite.
that was lovely. That was great to hear.
Beautiful.
Sure.
Yo, it was the hat for me, folks. It was the hat that did it for me, right? She was all in the mix, right? And then the hat came and just like, oh, you know what I'm talking about when I got down with them folks, you know, them rowdy folks, right? Like that was beautiful, right? The timing, everything. That was beautiful. Thank you for that. Really. And guess what? We needed you to be here just as much as you needed to be here this evening. We needed you to be here because we needed your energy too. So thank you for coming through and sharing it with us, right? Sometimes, right? You know, too much red wine, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's like that, right? Awaken to a loud cry that was mine. Ooh, that's a heavy one. Measure it with love, right? Abuelas are so just so grounding, right? They teach us so many things, so many things that we don't decipher until later. But when all those times equal our love story, right? What if an hourglass turned sideways and time moved by rocking your hips? Like what? Like, come on. Time would be my enemy if I implied I need more. That's a heavy one. Thank you, Liza, for coming through this evening. And listen, we understand. Make sure you find your way back as often as possible. We truly appreciate you. And the lid is dope, right? And to close us out this evening, I see the magician in the building. The Magus has done the same thing, right? Birds of a feather flock so beautifully well together. I'm just saying. This next poet, host of his own open mic, shout out Thomas and Catalyst. This gentleman hosts Chaos Magic every Monday night. You heard his voice as soon as he came in the room because he is exuberant. He is the one with all the gusto, the one and only Gustav Solace in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Gustav, it's great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
Hey, Elemental, RMT, and beloved poets. I do host Chaos Magic on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Come on through, share your magic with us. My IG is MAGUS801. Give me a follow. Let's start some good trouble. I have two pieces for you tonight in the Chaos Magic tradition. I will do one original and one cover. This original is called American Apartheid. Slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, and institutional racism, American apartheid, a nation built on genocide, lynching then to police-sanctioned murder today. We must confront this. It won't go away. But they try to cover it all up, calling it CRT, erasing our bloody history to reinforce white supremacy, a nightmarish fascist fantasy. Don't tell me I'm overreacting now. By inaction and silence, we will allow theocracy to rise in the USA. American apartheid here to stay. Freedom, a dream denied. Where were you when democracy died? Thank you. And this next piece is Gil Scott-Heron's The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spiro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Wood and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 or report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still lives of Royal Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he had been saving just for the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damned relevant. And women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane or Search for Tomorrow because Black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of hairy-armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Key, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or of the Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will not put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live. Thank you.
Oh, let's go. That's how you do it. Come on, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Gustav Solid.
You took it and made it yours. Like
Drop curtain.
I was thinking the original in my head and how you performed it. That's like you took it and just ran with it. That was beautiful. And your first poem too was powerful as always. Thank you.
Love you all.
I ask you to do that again, but I don't want to put you through it.
Listen, That is when you start speaking in the dialect of your true creativity, right? When you realize that you're just a conduit, right? You get performances like that. Hence the reason I say at the top of the show, folks, when you share your energy, it comes back in the form of Gustav Solace, in the form of Gil Scott Heron, in the form of every single oppressed person that ever stepped foot on North America. Revolution won't be televised because all of the cord cutters that are happening, who's watching television these days? The revolution will be streamed live on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, on all of them, more than likely. So make sure you're plugged in, tuned in, because trust and believe, it will be there. American apartheid, no doubt about it, Gustav. A nation built on genocide, right. Calling it CRT, just another distraction, right? Because they don't want you to know what they don't want you to know. We'll be back after a word from Mike. Listen. All of you are absolutely incredible, and Gustav is just the cap on a beautiful night of incredible artistry from the very beginning of the Jedi Master, who is still hanging out with us all the way to Gustav Solace. Listen, to every poet who touched the stage this evening, every artist who touched the stage this evening, thank you so much for all of your incredible energy. Make sure you are plugging in with all the things the Nuyorican Poets Café does, all the people involved. Shout out RMT for all he does. Shout out all the incredible artists, poets, singers, songwriters who came through. Shout out all the folks who watched on social media this week. Thank you so much for rocking with the greatest community in the world. Plug in with the Nuyorican Poets Cafe.org. Make a contribution. Get some merch. Representing your part of the world. Thank you so much for rocking with us. We will see you next week. We're going to end the night like this. Until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power. Inspire others. Energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until we meet again, peace. Blessings.